Hello, everybody. Hope you guys had a great weekend or having a great weekend, a safe one. And we got to get ready for this upcoming week. And well, looking at the charts, at least SPY, it's not overextended anymore. You guys, I don't know if I was in my pre-market video or my aftermarket video, but I did talk about how SPY was closing above the upper Bollinger Band. Not necessarily a reason to short, but it is pretty unhealthy overall as far as the chart goes. And what happened the next day on Thursday? This was last Wednesday. Thursday, it got even more overextended by gapping up. But even then, even still with the higher close, there was some profit taken intraday. Led to a little more downside, which put SPY back within the Bollinger Band. So it's, I mean, at the very least, it's not overextended, right? However, Bollinger Bands, moving averages, those are all great. RSI is all great. It's still a little overbought right now. Maybe a little more of a cool down would be great. But me, Uncle Charles, price action is the shepherd. I'm a sheep, so I follow the shepherd, and the shepherd is the price action. Not just the price, but the price action. We got to look at what is the price's behavior. What's it doing? What levels is it breaking down? Who is it trapping, the bulls or the bears? And that's what we do here on my channel. Trying to, based on these price action principles, we try to find the setups. And it's not about predicting. It's about knowing the levels and knowing the setups before anything happens so that we can react in real time during the actual trading. We're looking to react, play it level to level, no greed, no bias. All we care about is our P&L. That's a sheep's main priority. It's not about his bias. It's not about impressing somebody else. It's not about winning an argument online. It's about that P&L, and that's all that freaking matters, okay? So with that being said, let's figure out the levels and setups, right? Most of my levels are still the same. However, you can see a little bit of profit taken. Intraday on Friday, it opened above 522. Try to go as high, it went as high as 522.6, but ultimately broke down, closing around 521. Wasn't much of a move. Okay, wasn't much of a move. Looked like it's just trying to digest this big old move that we recently had. I mean, since March 15th, since the middle of March, we had a low of 508. We went all the way to a high of 524. Pretty decent, pretty good. Some digestion, some consolidation is pretty healthy. Even with these two red candles, it was still a higher close than Wednesday, which is crazy. But yeah, as far as a pullback goes, I have support at 520.5. That's a fib level. And yeah, that's going to have to break down the trigger puts and put 518, 516, and 5. Oh, wow, 516. Okay, so 516 is a fib level and is also based on my 2024 up trend line. Okay, 516. That's a very critical level to watch. A pullback around that zone would be pretty healthy if you ask me, but the market's going to do what it wants to do. But if we're going to get a pullback, 520.5, that would have to break down. That would put 518 and 516 in play. And below 516 could be the breakdown that all the bears have been waiting for all year so far, which would be the breakdown of the 2024 trend line. If that breaks down like a legitimate breakdown, like you see how we had a nice legitimate breakout of this descending triangle pattern and led to a nice move to the upside, I want to see something similar, okay, with this volume. You know, we're breaking down, big body red candle, fear in the market. I want to see something like that, and then I would probably turn bears. But it got to be below 516. Anything above this trend line, I'm giving, is, you know, we're still in an uptrend, guys. All right, I know a lot of people want to call tops, and a lot of people want to see that big move to the downside. But, you know, if we want to make money, we got to react to the price action and do what it says, okay? But overall, if we get like a false breakdown setup off that 520.5 level, or it bounce and then clear 522, that's bullish, okay? And above 522, we'll put 523.2, 524.4, 526, and 528 plus, all back in play. Those are fib extension levels. As you guys know, I love my fib levels. Okay, are we on the same page, guys? Do we know the plan for tomorrow for SPY? Below 520.5, we look to short. But, you know, play it level to level. Bears are still in control overall above 516. But below 516, I think bears, would take control because we broke down the 2024 trend line, okay? Overall, above that trend line, guys, it means the uptrend is still intact. Buy the dip mode, I guess. Buy the false breakdown setup. False breakdown setup should be your best friend right now, unless the chart shows us otherwise. Okay, guys? Triple Q is also not overextended anymore as well. It's back within, well, Thursday we did close within the Bollinger Band, and then again on Friday, technically speaking. Flirting with it though. Okay, it should expand more by tomorrow, but overall levels is the same with Triple Q. We cleared 446.5, 448, and 450 are in play. Got pretty close to testing 450. That 448 to 450 zone, not once but twice served as a sell zone. So potential double top, but it's gonna have to show follow through. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm bearish." Why are you bearish? It's a double top. No, is it follow through? Is it price action follow through? Okay, because a lot of time when we hit a resistance level, we could pull back a little bit, base a little bit sideways, and then break out. That's always a possibility. It's not necessarily bearish, but if we can break down 445 and 443, then I would be bearish because we had the double top and we're breaking down more fib levels. 441, 439, and so on would be in play. Then I would be bearish. Okay. However, if we break out 448 and 450 tomorrow, that sell zone is canceled. That'll tell me all the sell orders have been absorbed, and there's not much stopping Triple Q from hitting new all-time highs. Remember, just look to react. Whatever the price action goes, that's where we trade. NVDA hit a fib level. I had a fib level around 945.6. It went as high as 947.7-ish. Almost hit that 948 level. But that's next resistance. I have support at 938.5 and 940. NVDA is going to have to defend those levels. Defend those levels as support and clear 945.6 and 948 if it wants higher highs. Okay, watch for the breakout of those levels because NVDA be moving. But if we break down 938.5, and I got the next support around 932.5, break down those two levels, we could head down a lot deeper to the downside. I have the fib level to the downside around 923.4-ish. I have a bunch of levels, but if I just pay attention to the critical one, which is the fib levels, below 923.4, I got 907.8, rounded to 908. All right? So, like I said, if it wants more upside, 945.6 and 948 must clear. If we drop below 938.5, could get a pullback below 932.5, deeper pullback down to the next fib level at 923.4. And below 923.4, this high right here could be a lower high. And if we break 923.4, we could go a lot lower. So if we get a lower high, usually leads to a lower low. All right, but remember, don't get too excited now. Stay reactive. Somebody's trying to buy the dip. I don't know who it is. We had like this little bear flag, or rising wedge, if you will. Had this gap down, looked like a bearish breakaway gap down, but intraday on Friday, somebody was just bidding it up, buying it up. Okay, so I got support at, once again, 170, 168, but the critical one's at 165. Got to break those down to give us new lows. The last previous low was at 160.5, so I'm thinking if we lose 166.5 and 165, I'm thinking we can go a lot lower than 160.5 for the next move to the downside. Now, for this bounce to go up higher and for this to be a higher low, I need to see 172 and 173.5 clear to put 175 in play. Now, 175 is a fib level, so if that level clears, I might favor some type of bottom in, and we could go higher with the last previous high at 178 and possibly go higher than that to 180 or 183.7. Okay, stay reactive, guys. IWM, broke. Well, we cleared that fib level, 207.5, and the intraday it broke back down. That's a false breakout setup. That's bearish. So follow through would be to break down 204.5 and 203. Those levels fail. Look to short. We're likely dropping down all the way down to 198.7-ish, maybe lower down to 196-ish. All right, I'll only be bullish if 206 and 207.5 recapture for the false breakdown setup, and then I'll favor a move up to 210.5, maybe all the way up to 213. Apple, once again, bouncing off that fib level around 170. it managed to stay get back above 172. So bullish follow through 173.5, 175, and 176.5. They all must clear to trigger more upside and to trigger calls. All right, if we break back below 172 and especially break down 170, that's the trigger to go puts. That's the price action saying enter puts, my friend. We're breaking down support and busting through these buy orders, and that'll put 167.4 or lower in play. AMD, woo, look at, I was checking the Bollinger Band. Look how overextended it was for quite some time, all through February and early March. And this big, nice, steepy correction. Holy moly, that was beautiful. Anyways, so yeah, 180 is resistant with 183 and 185 above that. Got to clear to put a bottom in. I want to see it clear 185 to put 190 in play. 20 moving average is around, well, it's at 192.5. But the reason I don't like moving average is because they're always changing. Fib levels, they stay the same unless I rearrange them on new pivot levels. But otherwise, you know, these moving averages, they're always changing. But, you know, you just add them to, you know, to your chart. Whatever they change to, you'll be able to see it if you're using TradingView or whatever you're using. But as of right now, it's at 192.4. It could change by tomorrow. Overall, just keep your eye on it. If it clears or recaptured, that would be bullish. A bottom could be in. You know, recapturing the 20 daily moving average is a big deal in my opinion. And that will put 194, 196.5, and 199-ish all back in play, okay? But to start that move to the upside, like I said, it needs to clear 180, 183, and 185. Overall, bearish below 185. Bearish follow-through would be the breakdown 177.5 and 176. Guys, don't argue with the price action. But, uncle, the RSI is oversold. Hey, it can get more oversold. Okay, if we break down 176, guys, that's bearish. Put it 173 and 170.6 and possibly all the way down to 167, all back in play. Okay, don't argue with that price action, chat. Nieces and nephew. Amazon got a pull back, broke down that 179 level. Had a, you know, it was intraday. It gapped above it, so I can't really say it's a false breakout because it gapped above it, broke it down intraday. However, Friday, this was Thursday, but Friday, it treated that 179 level as a resistant. Even though there was some bounce and some dip buying, it did treat 179 as a resistant. So we're at a crossroad here. Are we bullish or bearish? Well, Monday should give us an answer. If we clear 179, bullish. With 180.2, 181.4, and 183 all back in play. If we fail to clear 179 and 177.6 fails as support, bearish, put in 176, 173 all back in play, okay? Netflix. Well, it cleared that fib level around 624.4 and it cleared the 626 level. I got next resistance at 629. And then that next fib level resistance at 632. If Netflix want more higher highs, they're going to have to clear those levels, especially 632 because that's a fib level. Put in 634.3, 636.8, and 640 plus all back in play. To be bearish, I need to see 626 and 624.4 fail as support for the false breakout setup. That will put 621, 617.5 or lower back in play. Okay, look to react, chat. Google. Yeah, I have that. Yeah, it did close higher. Next resistance is at 153. If it clears 153, more upsides in play. 155 plus 148 plus are all back in play. To get bearish, I need to see it break down 150.3 or 149. Those levels fail. Pullback time down to 147.3, 146, 144. Gap fill is actually at 143.3ish, but I do have a fib level at 142.3 as well. But overall, if you're confused, what level needs to break down? 150.3 to be bearish, to put lower targets in play. All right, guys. Microsoft is treating that 1.236 fib level as a support, guys. It's buying pressure there. Sell zone turned into the buy zone. If so, for me to get bearish, 426.3 must fail. If it does, buy zone is canceled. Lower targets in play 424, 421, 419, 417, and 415.7 would all be back in play. Overall, bullish above 426.3. Bullish follow through, it would need to clear 430. Clear 430, 432.6, 435.4, or higher would be in play, okay? And here is Meta treating that 505.4 as a support zone. That's a 61.8 fib level. If we can clear 510, 513.5, 515 would be in play. And above 515, we probably getting new all-time highs. I switched to bearish if we can break down 505.4 to put 500 and 494 in play. Below 494 is going to get more bearish. 490, 487 or lower in play, okay? And now here is Bitcoin. Looks like it's consolidating, trying to figure out what it wants to do. Is it going to go back up, new all-time highs, or is it going to drop lower to continue to pull back? If it chooses to go lower, 63K, 61.6K must fail. 63K and 61.6K must fail. If those levels fail, we are dropping. We are dropping. Well, I actually have a level at 64.2K as well, okay? That's the three support levels to watch. 64.2K, 63K, and 61.6K. Add those levels to your charts. If they break down, pullback continues. Now, what level needs to clear for the pullback to end? 65.4K and 67.1K. Those levels clear. We are popping back to the upside. 69.3K, 71.7K, probably back to all-time highs. All right, guys. Now, let's end this with, I was looking at Funko Pops again, all right? Don't judge, uncle. Anyways, here, 522.14, 52% of activity was on that level. This was on Friday, guys. Look, 6.3 billion. Big money's busy. Now, are they, listen to me. A lot of you guys are probably wondering, like, uncle, are they buys or are they sells, bro? What the hell? Here's the thing. For there to be buyers, there's got to be sellers. You guys really think some retail traders have billions of dollars to buy from these guys? I think not. So whoever is buying from them also have big money. Okay, guys? We just need to pay attention to the price action and use these dark pool levels as a pivot level because we know that's where the activity is. So use them as a pivot level. As a matter of fact, 522-ish was already one of my fib level support. Don't you guys love it when a dark pool level lines up with my support levels? Anyways, chat, 3.9 billion and 2 billion was also around the 521.4-ish level. All right, there's a lot of activity in this zone. So what does that mean? Above it, stay bullish. Below it, stay bearish. Because if they did buy it at 522, I would think they want the money to stay above 522, right? And if they sold, you think they want it to drop below 522. Does that make sense? So use the price action to guide you. That's all we got is the price action. You learn how to read price action and understand it, communicate it. It's going to be hard for the market makers to try to trap you. Anyways. Whoa. Yeah. Y'all see that. Despite new all-time high closes, it's fucking bearish. 81.8%. That's big money, bro. Look at these sweeps. That's a lot of money. Let's see if Triple Q agrees. No. No. Triple Q's like, no. IWM is bullish as well. NVDA is bullish. Please don't malfunction on me. Tesla's bullish. Apple's bullish. AMD is bearish. Wait, AMD is bearish, but NVDA is bullish. That's interesting. Netflix. Nothing for Netflix. No one's interested in Netflix. Google's bullish. Let me do with the L. I always almost forget. Yep, that's bullish. Microsoft. Bullish. Meta. Alright, and some for the crypto. I'll check Beetle. That's like Bitcoin stock. But the stock, I don't know. Coin. Bullish. Mara. Mara's bearish, guys. Alright, guys, so that's what I have for you guys today. Hey, hopefully you guys will decide one day to join my Discord and really be part of the family. I know the economy is tough right now, but I really do my best to try to create content so we can counter this terrible economy. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to help us all, the free content. But if you guys want more from me, definitely consider joining my Discord pre-market, during the market analysis. You'll be able to communicate with me or communicate with some of my top traders or the other traders. We all we're all fellow sheeps here. And, we all want the same thing. We just want better for ourselves. And it's good when we can help each other. Anyways, thank you guys for being here. Peace.